All right, guys. Sorry about the being late. I had to restart my computer, and for some reason, it takes a really long time to restart this computer. So let me know if you guys can hear me. I appreciate everybody for sticking around. Hopefully, all you guys are doing well. I got the AC on, guys. It's hot, so that's what the loud noise is in the background. Hopefully, it's not too distracting, and you guys can understand that it's hot, man. It's super hot. And yeah, I got a hoodie on, but if I take the hoodie off, it's still super hot without the AC on. So we're rocking it out, guys. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully you guys are doing well. How are sales going for you guys? How's sourcing going for you guys? How's life? I like to chat about it. If you guys got any questions, comments, anything, put it in the comments and we'll go over it. And you guys got me for an hour, so let's rock it out. Let me say what's up to the people that were patient enough to stick around. Got Mind and Body Co. What's up, Mr. X? How you doing? Hustle, man. Dixon's Pickens is on. That means it's dinner time. Let's go. What's up, Bobby? How you doing? That's me. Alrighty. Skunk Monkey says, what's up, Dixon from Washington State? What's going on? Appreciate you coming and hanging out. Easy Kebab says, what's going on, Dixon from Houston? Hey, Houston in the building. I like Houston. Houston's an awesome city. There's the man with the master plan. Appreciate you guys for being patient with me. Sold some incense and a poster and stumbled across another copy of a $1,000 Blacklight that I sold last year. That's the best right there. When you can find something that you know is ridiculous money, that's what's up, man. Congratulations. Mind and Body says I'm all good. All right, cool. Hey, Marilyn from Arkansas, how goes it? Appreciate you for coming and hanging out. Wow's this and that reselling. What's going on, man? How you doing? Wayne, right? Ain't it Wayne? I want to make sure. Maybe I'm wrong, and if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. So what's going on in the reselling world with you guys today? I've been pretty busy all day. A lot of stuff got done today. Just a normal day for real, but I've done a little bit more extra than normal. Just trying to get a lot of this stuff over cross-listed over to Macari. But it's kind of different with listing on Macari because the shipping's off. Then I got to make sure that I got the size correct in there. And then some of their stuff you can never track over the condition. So it's always going to say everything's in good condition. And I have to go in there and change that. So it takes a couple of seconds to do a listing over there, but I'll get it over there sooner or later. It'll all be over there. JP, what's going on? What app do you use to track car miles and gas money? So I don't track with an app anymore. I got all the stuff down. I used to use Mile IQ, but I got all the mileage down from where I live to where I work at to the post office in the bins. So those are really the only places I go to. And honestly, man, I'm not tracking thrift store miles. I don't go that far in between thrift stores, town to town. And when I do, it's probably only 11 miles total. And while, yeah, that may add up, I just haven't been tracking that this year. I do track yard sales, though, because that's where I do a lot more driving back and forth. But my town is literally so small and the thrift stores are so close together that it doesn't even make sense for me to track the miles since I don't go to the thrift stores all that often. Now, here in the next few weeks, with me going out sourcing more and more multiple times a week, then it would make sense to start tracking those miles. But one thrift trip throughout the week where I'm only going like 11 miles, I mean, like that's $6 or whatever, but it ain't really mattering to me right now. Bobby says, found a Burberry hobo purse last week at the bins. Nice. I'm getting it authenticated on Macari. Right. Okay, so we'll pray about that. Good luck. Burberry is always a dub. Yes, it's Wayne. All right, I wanted to make sure, man. I try to remember you guys' names if I know your first name. It's just much quicker to say Wayne than wow's this and that reselling. Hey, Sheila, how you doing? Hey, Marcus just wanted to check in. Having a sick day, so I'll probably slip out pretty quick. Well, I'll pray you get better, sister, and you just go ahead and get you some rest. Level Up Thrift says, hey, Dixon, how's the listing going? Popping back in and seeing you drop down in listing. Yeah, I dropped down to 20 listings a day at the beginning of the year. I'm going back up to, I'm at 30 right now. I don't know if I'm gonna go too much higher than that, maybe 40. It just depends. I'm trying to focus more on getting quality items. So like I've been seeing a lot of like people that have high ASPs, they're selling the same number of items in a week that I am, but they're making like twice the amount of money that I am. So if I can just focus on finding better items, I don't need to list, 200-300 items a week. I can list, and I'm not listing that many right now. I'm listing what's 30 times 7. Let's double check because I suck at math off the top of my head. Let's see, 30 times 7 is 210. So I've just gone up to doing 210 a week on the first of the month, or the first of the month. So if I don't have to do 210 because the items are that great, I really like that. But right now everything's going smooth. Processes are smooth. It's not taking me much longer to do 10 more a day than it was before. So we'll see how it goes. What's up, Nita? A lot of people have had some slick stuff to say about me going back up in listings, or about the items that I sell, and to each their own. I get it, you know what I mean? But it's not like I'm doing last year where I was doing 12 to 16 hour days, right? I'm only working 4 hours a day, and that's maximum. Even with me raising the listing goal, I'm still getting it done in the same amount of time. So you can say what you want to, but if I can make more money in the same amount of time with just a couple more items a day, I'm all for that. That gives me time to actually go out and look for more items, right? But eBay isn't the only thing that I'm focused on right now. So, while I understand some people's point of view, I think people are expecting or thinking that I go out and I pay like $12 for items. When I'm paying like under $2 for an item, and then I turn around and I sell it for 15, 18 bucks, I'm still making a decent amount of money off that. $10, $15 an item ain't nothing to sneeze at. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm doing free shipping. What's up, Maxine? How you doing? So let me pull this up. eBay fee calculator. And then we'll share the screen. Share screen. So if I sell an item for 20 bucks, I pay $2 for it. I'm going to round up. And if it's promoted at 5%, which is what I promote at, and I have a tax rate, I'm making $14.51 off the item. And that's if I'm charging $8.95 and I pay about $7 for the shipping. So I'll make $14.51 on the label, or on the item. Now, if it sells and it's not promoted, let's see, no, then I make $16.07. Not every item that I sell is promoted. You know what I mean? So if I sell it for, let's say, 15 bucks, I'm still making $11.67 on an item that takes me less than 2 minutes to put up. Now, is that ideal? No, I'd love to make more money than that. But when people are like, oh, you're not making any money, like, I see why they say that. But unless you know the numbers, then, $11 off an item isn't that bad. Now, even when I get down to $8 an item, that's when I'm making like $5, and that's when I'm making like $5 profit an item. If it's promoted, then I'm making $4.60, right? So even on an item that I make $4.60 on, while it's not whopping amazing profit, I'm still doubling my money because I only pay, and I'm rounding up at $2. I pay like $1.40 per item. So $4.60, I'm still doubling my money. So I'm not losing anything. I could take my money and go buy another one. Not all my sales are $8 sales. I'm selling items at full price with no offers right now for $40 plus, because that's just what I'm going for nowadays. So I get why everybody's saying what they're saying, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter, man. Makes sense. Less listings, higher ASP. Exactly. Thanks for the info and the look into your business. Thanks, Undivided Heart. Appreciate you coming and watching. And no problem, man. I try to show everything that goes on in my listing, in my business, and my sourcing and all that stuff, because well, not my sourcing, but like the sales and everything like that, because there's somebody out there that's just getting started and they're wanting to see what they got to put in to get where they're trying to go to. You know what I mean? And a lot of people do show the fluff. A lot of people do show the good, the high, the or the the highlight reels. You know what I mean? A lot of people aren't showing when their sales are up and then when their sales are down. Some people don't even show their sales at all. You know what I mean? Some people only show what they're sourcing. You never even know what the item sells for. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, glean what you can from all the YouTube channels out there, because there's a ton of value out there, right? But at the end of the day, I put these videos out to show you guys, what's going on in the business and to answer questions for anybody that's got any questions. What do you think is better or more efficient? Spending one day to list products and drafts and publish a certain amount per day versus taking pics daily and then listing right away. If you can get all your listings for the week done in one day, by all means, go ahead and do it. That gives you 6 days to go sourcing or to do some other project. But if that's the way you want to do it that way. If you don't have to do every single day you're doing listings, that's great. That gives you an abundance of time to source. When I first got into the game, I was only doing like 5 a day or whatever. I was able to go out and source, do everything, do all this, fun stuff. I still had somewhat of a life, but I had a job then, you know what I mean? And I was able to spend all the time that I wanted to in the thrift store, literally go to the thrift store for 5-6 hours in one thrift store and look everything up wall to wall. But as you niche down your categories and the things that you're looking for, you don't have to look up everything anymore, because you're starting to realize that you don't sell alarm clocks and you don't sell coffee makers and you don't sell things like, so you stop looking everything up and you start focusing on learning your category. So if you got your processes down fast where you can get all your listings done in one day, maybe increase your listings if you have the cash flow for it and the time, or just be super diligent about the items you're sourcing when you do go out on the rest of the days of the week. That way your listing life is based off your sourcing life. If you source quality items, you won't have to list that much. John D says, Marcus, I finally catch you live. If you set vacation mode, does this change handling time for all shipping policies? Or if you are using business policies, do you need to separately change them? So if you turn on vacation mode, it's automatically going to stop all sales needing to be shipped out until you come back from vacation. So you don't have to change anything. It's just automatically going to be done in the settings. If you extend your handling time, that's when you would go in your business policies and then you would change the shipping time, right? But so if you're going on vacation mode, you don't have to do anything. Just allow yourself to still have sales while you're gone and watch the sales roll in. Now you will have a slowdown in sales, but you'll still sell stuff, especially if you got good items. Skunk Monkey says, I'm a new clothing seller on eBay. I have around 60 listings and trying to do about 20 to 30 a week. Have a 3-year-old that takes most of my time. How many listings did you have before you got daily sales? I got daily sales like pretty much right away because I was selling hype sneakers when I first started. So, once I got to the point to where I had like over 20, 30 pairs of shoes, I was getting daily sales, right? Then I started to implement other items, trinkets, whatnots, and things like that, and started doing some like vintage clothing and everything. Once I got to about 100 items in my store, I was seeing sales every day consistently. And but it just depends on the quality of items. You could see with 60 items, you could see one sale a day. My friend Nikki, she's got 10 items in her store, and she makes a sale almost every day because she's not putting no garbage in her store. I love your videos. I love how real you are. Thank you. I try to be real. Sometimes people don't like real. I feel like each state has different inventory. Here in Houston, I see a lot of Wrangler jeans at the bins. Absolutely. But see, the thing about you guys in Houston, I went down there. You can get Wrangler Retro Slim boots, Wrangler Advanced Comfort, Wrangler Relax boot by the dozens, and those sell for $25 on eBay, and they sell quick. So take heed, take advantage of that. Buy all the Ariat jeans you guys have down there because you guys got a crap ton of that stuff. So take advantage of what is in your area. Certain people don't have certain things in their area that they see other people sell. You guys down there in Texas can find Lucchese boots all the time. Other different types of cowboy boots that sell for good money. You guys have a monopoly on that type of stuff, right? When you get to the Midwest, there's a boatload of Carhartt out here. There's no shortage of Carhartt or workwear here because we live in the Midwest. A lot of farming, a lot of construction. Like in St. Louis, there's never not construction going on in downtown St. Louis. I promise you, you go to downtown St. Louis, there's 5 or 6 different places where there's large projects going on. Literally on the highway from St. Louis to Cape Girardeau, there's miles and miles of construction going on the highway. You know what I mean? So there's always going to be an abundance of workwear getting donated. Take advantage of that. Find out what's in abundance in your area that people don't know is worth good money, or that you just can find so much of so people don't deem it worthy. Pick it up. A lot of that happens in my bins. People see things and they're like, oh, I see this all the time, hand over fist. It must not be worth anything. And that's the type of stuff that you got to get the market on. Because in a big city like Houston, there's a lot of competition. There's a lot of teams. You guys cycle out rows in your bins. You know what I mean? My bins doesn't cycle out rows. What's there is there. So people come in and they leave quick. They'll leave after 20 minutes because they think there's nothing good in the bins anymore. And they know there's not anything else coming out for the next 3 hours. That gives me an abundance of time to sort through the bins and pick out all the quality items. You know what I mean? And just monopolize on your strategy that you have. What's up, Miss Lachey? How goes it? Hopefully you're doing well. Wife is telling me it's time for dinner, LOL. I'm looking over your coaching. I like really, you seem legit. All right, man. Well, enjoy your dinner. And if you decide to join the coaching program, there's a link down below. I appreciate it, and I'd like to see you over there. So yeah, man. With me at least, here I don't have a lot of we don't have a lot of like fancy at least down here in Cape, we don't have a lot of fancy places to go to. Not a lot of like fancy golf courses and stuff like that. So the golf stuff around here is not going to be selling for great money when it's got an embroidery on it. Now, do I find golf stuff? Yeah, I find golf stuff down here. It's usually priced up. Some of it, I'm sure is worth it. You can get like FootJoy, Dry Joys jackets for like $10, $15. Those will still be worth it. But the thing is, they go pretty quickly. Certain, Callaway items can go for good money. Most of it's not worth picking up. Certain Peter Millar stuff is really, really good. Some of it's not worth picking up. A lot of that stuff that used to be really popular and like selling for good money has been totally saturated. It's kind of like the race to the bottom now. You can't really get that great of money off Peter Millar Summer Comfort like you used to be able to. So you got to just you got to learn the market. And so like this morning in my coaching call on the Patreon, we were going over Ann Taylor Loft and doing a search to find what inside Ann Taylor Loft was worth good money and was what was worth picking up. And really the only thing that I could find that was worthy of doing with Ann Taylor Loft was either lotting a boatload of it up and selling it for 20 tops for like $100, or like selling 5 or 6 pairs of pants for $100. But if you find like the wool jackets, pea coats, trench coats, obviously that's going to be good money. Anything cashmere is going to be good money. And then there's like these flowy summer dresses with like flowers and stuff like that on them right now that are selling for like $40 to $80, right? So I know that now going out, if I see that stuff, I can pick it up and I can make a certain amount of money off it. Another brand we were looking into in the Patreon morning call, we were doing a deep dive on the brand Seven jeans. Just because there's so much of that floating around in my neck of the woods, I find a lot of that. So I noticed that Seven jeans, the Melissa McCarthy, whatever it is, the lady from Mike and Molly, her stuff sells pretty quickly, and it sells for about $25 to $35 average sales price on the jeans. Now she's got these tunics, these frilly tunics with like different patterns and loud designs on them. Those go for about $25 to $35 too, and they sell pretty quickly as well. So Melissa McCarthy 7, there's no shortage of that at any bands, I promise you. How did your sourcing strategy go last week? when you did half a day at the bins and half a day in the thrifts. I didn't get to go to half a day in the thrifts because I ran out of cash. I got a boatload of stuff at the bins. So I spent all the money that I had allotted to spend for that day at the bins. But, you know, it went great at the bins though. So I got more than enough stuff that I needed for the week to be able to hit my listing goal. So I'm thankful for that. It was just one of those days at the bins where there's just an abundance of stuff. So super thankful. Got some like rocker tees. I got a Tool band tee that I can sell for like 40-50 bucks. Some good sweatshirts, good t-shirts, and some shorts, hats, a lot of hats. I've been also looking through the bags over there. They keep all the bags, the shoes, and the hats in one bin. And there's never really any shoes because that's the busiest part of my bins, and there's teams of people that go through those bins. So I just go through and pilfer through at the end of it on my way through to get hats. And I've been finding some bags that go for decent money in there. So I'm gonna keep on picking those up. You know, $35 bag. You know, I'm okay with that. Easy to list, easy to ship, doesn't take up too much space, and I can put it in my storage system. So that works for me. The thing that I'm going to be doing moving forward is just trying to get over the paying up for items, right? Whereas before, like I would look at an item and be like, oh, they want 20 bucks for that. I can only sell it for 60. And I'd be like, no. But if it sells fast and the sell-through is good on it, why wouldn't I pick that up? You know what I mean? Let's go back to the eBay fee calculator. Say I pay $20 for the item and it sells for 60 bucks. I got priority mail shipping charge, flat rate $8.95. I pay $7 for it. We'll say it is promoted at 5%. I'll still make $29.55 off that. So I'll make my money back and I'll make a little bit more than, I'll double the money. I'm okay with that. If I can do that within a week or two, 15 days, I would do that. I'm okay with that. But beforehand, I was like, no, I'm not doing that. That's not enough income for the amount of money that I'm spending on it. But if the items are selling fast enough, what does it matter? You know what I mean? It's double my money. I would spend $2 on something that's going to sell for $10 profit and take 3 months. So, you know what I mean? So that's my thing. I got to change my mindset from the way that I've been doing it for all this time of just trying to pay as little as I can for items, and it doesn't matter when they sell, So now the whole focus moving forward is just items that sell for great money but sell fast, and not being closed-minded about what I got to pay for them. Because at the end of the day, if the items sell fast, I'd pay $50 to sell an item for 100 if it would sell in that week. You know what I mean? Yes, bags can be great. I lucked up on a nice vintage bean bag. Yeah, there you go. I've seen a lot of bags sell in recent YouTube videos by just different people. It's really opened up my eyes to the fact that I've been slacking. I've been missing out on a whole category of I'm not going to start picking up purses because I don't know anything about it, but bags and like backpacks and like carrying cases. What's the thing called? What's the man bags called? A messenger bag. Like those sell okay if you find the right ones. Jay Rodriguez says, "What's up, Brody? God bless. God bless you too, my dude. Appreciate you coming and hanging out." And so what are you guys' strategies? What do you guys got going on to where you're trying to make the most money inside your business? Do you guys pick up anything? Are you guys only looking for fast sell-through? Are you guys trying to, grow your business? Are you trying to just stay where you're at? What's the general consensus going on in you guys' business right now? Let's see. Bearded Pokey Tuber says messenger bags can be great money. What's up, my dude? Appreciate you coming and hanging out. Hustle Man said, I bought a pair of Salvatore Ferragamo for 100 that sold for 170 because the sell-through was insane. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure it probably sold in less than 5 days. Bitter Pope Matt said he sold a messenger bag yesterday for $130. What was the brand, bro? That's a pretty good flip right there, man. Miss Lachey says, right, Marcus, I've turned 8, 12, 15 into 60 to 100. See, that sounds pretty good to me. Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing, James? Appreciate you coming and hanging out for a second. Did you ship that thing out yet? You guys are gonna like. I assume that you guys are gonna like what James his new mystery thing is that I can't give it away, but I like it, and I'm interested in the whole collection. So I think you guys are gonna like it too. If you're a supporter of James and you support what he does, then I think you'll get it. I think you'll like it. And I think once people that follow you, James, and there's people that watch every video that you put out, you have your core group of followers. I'm one of them. I know you got about 1,000 loyal fans. You should have no problem selling out of this thing. It's on the way. All right, cool. You guys are gonna like it. Alex M. Lynch. Okay, so I've never heard of that brand. I'm gonna have to look that up. See if we can see what the tag looks like. Let's see here. Okay, looks pretty cool. Let me share the screen real quick. So these are just some of them that you can find. Got some handbags and stuff. Sold. Pretty crazy sell through. Nice. Let's see what the label looks like. Alex M. Lynch. Okay. Thanks for the bolo broski, made in the USA. You know that's fire. It looks like it's leather and suede. Okay. Bada bing, bada boom. Let's see. What do you think about buying wholesale from the bins, like a truckload? Wondering if the price per pound would be cheaper, like 10 cents per pound. So this is the thing, right? With the bins that I go to, you can buy a whole truckload, right? I thought that was the one you sold, and I didn't know if you wanted your store live. So I hurried up and like tried to hide the name and got off the live stream, or got you off the screen. A lot of people don't want their store public. I wish mine wasn't public, but it's the same freaking name as my YouTube channel. So I get a lot of people following my store, hurting the metrics on my. It really, really hurts my store. But it is what it is. Is Bo back? What do you mean, is he back? So for me to buy a truckload at the bins, I can't get a truckload of unsorted inventory. It's all what's left over at the bins. So after both rotations, everything's been pilfered through. It's a whole truckload of already picked through goods. So I'm not okay with that. I'm not buying a truckload of that, dude. I'm gonna get stuck with so much garbage. So I've passed on it. I'm trying to find a plug to where I can go through unsorted inventory, and I'd be more than willing to buy a truckload of that. But in my opinion, if it's worth it, or it's only worth it if it's unsorted inventory. Much love, yes sir. Hello. James out here getting free sponsorships. Go get him, James. You know how we do. James is my guy. Yep. Hustle Man watches you every day. That's the one I sold. Thanks. So Angie or Ariel says, thanks so much for your pure, positive, and blessed advice. Sometimes you look mean, but when you smile, your whole face lights up. Smile more. Love your content. Has helped me a lot as a newbie. I get that all the time. I tell people, if you see me out in public, I only look mean. I'm really a nice dude. But you know, I've grown up in the streets my whole life, so I've been used to having like the mean mug or like the street face or like going to prison. You know, there ain't no smiling in prison. So like I'm trying to break through all that and trying to smile more, but I just have resting mean face. Like I just don't look like a nice guy, but I'm really, really very nice dude. So thanks for watching, Ariel. I'll try to smile more. The Great Rooster, no problem. I appreciate it, man. I don't hide my store. I have it linked in my YouTube. Do you like that? Does it hurt you? I know James has his linked in his channel and stuff like that, and he shares it openly. I don't go through any major links to hide it, but when somebody asks me, like viewers of the channel be like, hey, what's your eBay store? And I'm just like, really? Like, it's very, very easy to just search Dixon's Pickens on eBay. But I don't have the link for it in my channel like I used to, because I've got like 2,400 followers on my store, and it does not help whatsoever. Then the moment I make a change, like I'll have like 3 people message me on a listing, or they'll come to my YouTube video. Why did you do this? Why did you do that? Why did you do that? I'm like, I haven't even had the chance to record the video while I've done it yet. How do you guys know this? So, it's all good. It just causes me a lot of repetitive work. I have to answer the question multiple times and things like that, instead of just waiting for the video to come out. Miss Lachey Resells, wait till you see it. Not just what it is, the potential of where I can take it. And Marcus does not know yet. I will be reaching out to him for an idea. All right, I'm down for it. Reach out, bro. Forest Ruby Mewtwo. Is that a good brand? What do they sell? What type of inventory is that? And thanks, Imogenes, or Imogenes, maybe. Marcus, have you ever seen the bonus bolo that Tech puts at the end of his video? Every time I'm like, I'm never going to see this. This week, he had a vintage Mickey D's Hawaii uniform top. Yeah, I've seen some of them, but at the end of the day, though, you never know what you'll find. You just might find it, but that is kind of like harder to find item. I do find vintage Burger King stuff from time to time, but more often than not, that's going to be like a flea market thing. Like, you're not going to find that in the bins or in the thrift store, because thrift store ain't going to put that out. The bins might get it straight from somebody's donations, but the more often than not, when I found super old vintage items, I found them at yard sales or estate sales or at stuff like that. So I found a vintage Steak and Shake like satin jacket I sold for like $50. I found a vintage Burger King satin jacket, and then I found a vintage Burger King polo shirt, all at the same yard sale by the same person that charged 50 cents a piece. And I was able to make pretty decent money off it. So you never know what you'll find out there. Tech's flea markets down there, I think one of the biggest things about the flea markets down there is they're so huge, right? There's so many vendors, and the weather doesn't get cold, so they're out there all the time. And here in like the Midwest, I'm sure there's flea markets not in my area that have large places to go sourcing at. But I haven't found any in my area. I went to one flea market in my area, had probably about 12 vendors, and while I did have a source there, I met a source. He was getting what's it called, storage lockers that happened to have some Macy's buyout pallets in it. So I had a good thing going with him until I bought all of his inventory. And so that's the thing. Another thing where, like Tech says, you got to let yourself be known to be a person that's going to be buying a lot of inventory. You know what I mean? When you let it be known that you'll buy a lot of stuff, people will try and sell you stuff. Now that happens to me from time to time, but in such a small town that I live in, I buy everything up and there's nothing else to buy. So I gotta wait for people to either decide to go out of business or just, fly through and liquidate a bunch of their eBay inventory. But it happens, just doesn't happen as often as I'd like it to. David Jobs says, Bo Johnson back on YouTube reselling in your mentoring group. He's back on YouTube and he's never stopped reselling, but he's not back in the mentoring group. But yeah, he's never stopped selling. He just paused YouTube for a minute. He's still available. Like if you need help or something like that, you can message him. I think he does private coaching, like just one-on-one. I don't know what the rates are, but he's still helping people. Just holler at him if you want to. B-Dub says, hope you're doing well, bro. I am. I hope you're doing well too. Jared, hello. What's going on, my guy? I've seen so many good things over the years just thrifting for myself. Problem is, at the time, I didn't know they were bolos, so you never know. Yeah, exactly. That is the thing. If you don't know, you don't know. But if you know, oh, you know. So you just got to stay diligent. That's another thing that Tech was saying. People are out here finding stuff, but they don't know that it's valuable, so they're passing right by it, right? You got to take the responsibility of learning the knowledge. Watch people that have videos that have high sell-through or high ASP items, like Kaylee Elaine. She does great with selling brands that I've never heard of. You know what I mean? Who's another one? Caleb sells. He does great at selling high value items, right? Who's another one? Who's another one? Taylor Exchange does more volume, but he also has some great items that he finds in his thrifts. So you just got to put yourself in a position to be soaking up the knowledge. You know what I mean? If you're not doing the diligence of looking up, like, I don't know who it was. I know Tex said it before, but I think Kaylee Lane said it too. Like, spend 15 minutes a day going over doing deep dives on certain brands. And that's what I do in the Patreon call in the morning. We go over brands. I do deep dives and just try to learn, because I'm trying to learn stuff too. I can never learn enough. And then the thing is, when it comes down to the wintertime, it's easy to get items that sell for 40, 50, 70 bucks, because you got coats galore, pants galore, you know, snowsuits, all this types of stuff, that sweatshirts, hoodies, crew necks, all that stuff that sells for pretty good money is prevalent. But in the winter, in the summertime, you gotta really do some digging. You know, if you're not finding like vintage Abercrombie shorts, or cargo shorts from Rock Revival, or like Barcode, or like some baggy streetwear stuff like that, Jabot, South Pole, you're gonna have some work cut out for you to find items that sell for good money. Carhartt shorts only sell for like 15 bucks. That's not a banger. You know what I mean? So you got to really put in some work. Yeah, Big Yumbo is another one. Big Yumbo, and then Caleb Sells always they always talk about each other on their channels, because they're homies, I guess, but they both provide a lot of value on finding items to sell for more money. Now, I know they call you out on their channel all the time, Matt. So you obviously must got some good content too. I've never watched your channel. Maybe I'm missing out. Maybe I'm missing out. I gotta get over to your channel and subscribe. Let's see. Talk about vintage employee merch. We've found 2 to 3 Burger King tops with the loud multicolored stripes at the shoulders. Lots of vintage McDonald's tees and the Taco Bell windbreaker. There you go. Those Burger King shirts sell for like 40, 45 bucks. I found a vintage McDonald's tee that was like Camp McDonald's. I sold that for 30 bucks. Just a plain gray t-shirt. Had some pretty decent luck with vintage employee merch. So 2 pair of Judy Blues today. Let's go, Jared. That's what I'm talking about, bro. Don't sleep on that employee merch, guys. Absolutely. Hey, Red, how you doing? You feeling any better? I know you were sick. Hopefully you're doing well. Is USPS shipping slow in your area? It's slow everywhere, bro. I can ship it out. Like, it does pretty decent on eBay, but I have shipping delays all the time through Poshmark. I don't know what the difference is, but I definitely have items that say it's taking longer to arrive than they expect to. But I think it's just the USPS in general right now, because I'll see people come in to the post office and they'll be asking the postal workers at my post office what's going on, and they're like, we don't know anything about all that. And I'll tell them it's not just you guys, it's the whole world right now, because they're not resellers. They're not shipping out packages every single day. So when something doesn't show up, they don't understand why. So I just try to console them. So it happens at least once a week. Also watch people who sell different things than you, and don't overlook small channels. Yeah, just because they're not big channels doesn't mean they don't have a lot of knowledge. Some people are more, what's the word? People friendly, or they have better personalities, like who Carrie at home. Awesome personality. She's got her family and her kids in there, and like, you can't help but to not like her. So that's why her channel's like skyrocketed over the past couple of months, and she's doing her best to provide the best value that she can. So those channels, they'll grow quickly, but just because you're not like, as great of a people person, or like, hip with it, you could be like someone that's just kind of dry but still providing value. Just find who's going to give you the most information and watch them. I'm in Destin, Fort Walton, Florida. I ship ground and it gets there in about 2 days. It's great and cheaper. I ship everything Ground Advantage unless it's cheaper to go in a priority flat rate envelope. Andrew says, I'm a newbie and I live way down in the bayou in South Louisiana where the world is camo and hot sauce. We are working. Yeah, I stayed in Baton Rouge like one night, driving through on my way back to Missouri, and you guys do got some lot of different stuff down there. Make sure you pick that camo stuff up though. Camo sells. I listed a couple of camo hats the other day because I got like 20 hats at a yard sale for like $5, and two of them sold already. Not for a whole lot of money because they were unbranded, but camo's a really great item. And the better the name is, the more it sells for. You can sell Sitka, you can sell Kuyu for hundreds of dollars used. There's tons more. I used to do live streams, haven't done any in a while though. Okay. Working class, no Peter Millar, but I still make it work. Well, the good thing about it, Ariel, is the more that you cultivate, the knowledge and a sourcing route. Caleb sells. I was just talking about you, bro. So the more, and watch people like Caleb, watch people like Matt, watch people like Big Yumbo. They're finding really great items that have high SPs, and they're going to provide you a lot of value to where what labels look like, what especially Caleb sells. I don't see anybody that goes into the amount of detail about like how to figure out what style name certain items are by looking at the style code and things like that. So me personally, I find an amazingly overwhelming amount of LL Bean, and I pass on most of it because I had no idea that there was certain items that could sell for more if I just found out the name of it. So I'm picking up the basic stuff like chore coats and the windbreakers and rain gear, stuff like that. But I find like sweaters and fleece pullovers and quarter zips all the time. And I'll list them just like I was watching a video earlier. He said something about don't list it as just a quarter zip pullover because you're not going to sell it for full price. Find out the model of it and you can sell it for $10, $15 more. That's great information for someone like me that has an abundance of LL Bean in his area. Started my antibiotics again. I will be sterilized in 2 months. Wow, that sounds like an amazingly long time. I never saw Abercrombie shorts until I started looking for them, thanks to Marcus. Found 2 vintage pairs in one day. They were thrashed, but I made good money. Absolutely. You never go wrong with vintage Abercrombie and Fitch cargo shorts. Even the regular shorts, the classic ones, still sell. Vintage In and Out. Yep, it's crazy good. Found some vintage pieces. Never sold less than $50. Yeah, because the graphics are sick on them. I can think of one small channel to overlook. You must be talking about your channel. Popped on to get some cross listing done. Had to come see my coworkers. What's going on, bro? Appreciate it. Hope you got some good sales going on for the day. My camo never sells. I got one here with all the bases here. You want some? What brands are they? Some brands aren't worth it. Like if you get like basic mossy oak, remember Real Tree, mossy oak, they sell that stuff at Dollar General. So some of it's not going to be worth anything. You got to find like the vintage stuff that's got like the tree bark pattern that's going to sell better. Find collaborations like Cabela's has some mossy oak collaborations that sell for like 25, $35 for a hoodie. Just different collaborations are going to do better than like standard, like run of the mill, Real Tree, mossy oak, Cabela's, stuff like that. You got to find the right ones. I agree with you on the camo. We've gotten so many good hauls. Once scored like 80 pieces of vintage camo in one trip. Another time, brand new vintage Patagonia camo. It sells very consistently. Vintage Patagonia camo is ridiculously sick, man. That's great. Especially if you find like the military grade stuff. That's like an $800 jacket. Don't pass on that. Kelly says maybe that's how I got here. My ears were burning. I appreciate it, bro. I appreciate you, man. You're putting out some amazing content. That's going to help a lot of people raise their ASP. So if you guys ain't following Caleb, go hit him up with a subscribe. Showgirls around the world. I should send you all my can. Hey, I'll take it. I take 500 milligrams 3 times a day for years. I have a lifetime no cure skin illness. Well, I know one thing, Jesus can heal all things, so I'll be praying for you. Level of Thrift says, I agree with you, Marcus. Caleb taught me how important looking up the model number can be. Absolutely. Don't get me wrong. There's some stuff that I know to look the model number up. Like if I can't find the item of Lululemon, I know to look up the item number. If I can't find like Athleta style code or the model name, certain items I know to look up. But there's been brands that I've just been discarding as like not worth it unless it's like something with the obvious, like Columbia Omnitech. I know that's good to pick up. Uh, Columbia Omni Shield. I know that's good to pick up. I know some PFG can be good to pick up, but there's items that I've just been automatically discarding because I didn't see an obvious name on it. So maybe I just need to go back and look through some of that stuff. This stuff is military issue, not that FACO stuff. I love military issue camo. I saw that stuff all the time. Never don't pick it up. Always pick it up. Had some luck with vintage ducks back. Yeah, I have too. That's a good one. The only military issue that's worth money is Patagonia. That's only for special services. I mean, I found some pretty decent military stuff. If you get the vintage all green cold weather jackets, those go for like 75 to $100. Bryland Farm says, amen. Absolutely. Just sold a pair of insulated camo pants for $40. Makes me wonder how much I would get for them in the winter. LOL. Yeah. I'm telling you, man, don't sleep on camo. Been off my biotics for 20 years. They said I would never outlive it without them. Been very stressful. So last year I got sick again. I'm praying for you. I can get boatloads of camo here. Yeah, ship it all to me. I'll take it all. Nikki says, hey, Marcus, got a full chat tonight full of questions. Hit the like button, resellers. Thank you, Nikki. I was just talking about you earlier about how you have such a small store, but you still sell stuff all the time with just 10 items because she's focused on quality items. So it's not impossible to make sales consistently with a super small store. Is the downtown Bend still popping? This king thinking about making a trip there and to the Bridgeton one. Well, I would definitely say it's still popping. The thing is, there's much more competition now. I haven't helped matters none at all with my YouTube channel. Then Ray Good Game Grabs hasn't helped matters none at all with his YouTube channel. And then there's still tons of people that come and travel, like Kristen, the Royal Squirrel. She comes to the same. She was literally there on Monday. She didn't film, but she just walked up right up to me. Hey, what are you doing? And I've seen her there 3 different times that she hasn't filmed videos. So like there's people that come up there. Rebel Resell. I can't think of Happy Picker. I met her after the Nashville reseller rally last week. She came up there. Deanna Online is from St. Louis. She's got 20,000 followers on Instagram. That creates a lot of traffic at that one Ben's location. If I was going to go to one, I would say, me personally, I just go to the Ben's downtown because it's closer, but I find better clothing at the one in Bridgeton. I don't know if that's because it's less populated or if it's because they have more clothes there, but I think they're both worth the trip. So give it a try. Now the black military flare jacket, big money. I have one right now. I don't think I know what that is, but is that address good on the boots? Yeah, it's the one I sent you the boots with. That's the address. Marcus, yes, when I was talking camo, I meant all military issue, including the vintage Patagonia BMWT pants. Our bins is often overflowing with stuff. Yeah, there's people out there that don't think that stuff's worthy because you got people that say, oh, that stuff's not good. It definitely is good. It might have some has an extremely fast sell-through. Some of it does not, but it's all worth buying. All right, yeah, ship it there. Let me know what you want me to pay you, and I'm with it. Hell Caesar says, I'm glad to see another person in Missouri working hard reselling. We got a couple of Missouri people that post up in the chat here. So yeah, welcome. Nice to meet you. What part of Missouri are you from? I'm from St. Louis, but I live in Cape Girardeau. I heard New Orleans is getting bins this year. Nice. That's what's up. I love the bins, man. I wish we had more of them in my area. I would definitely really like one that was closer to me that I didn't have to drive 2 hours away to get to, but you know, it is what it is. You are not doing your homework if you are not picking up Patagonian military. You are not studying. Those are only special issues to special services only. You can still find them at the bins, trust me. Try Usnea instead of standard antibiotics. Do you know what that is? Vintage Patagonia. Yeah, that's what I said. Girl, you ain't learned me. I just said that earlier. Well, there goes someone to back up what I said, but you can also look that up on eBay. Let's see. Pull it up real quick. Vintage Patagonia military jacket. Share. See, it's pulling up some stupid stuff right now. We'll share the screen and we'll find it together. So it's showing this stuff right here, which is not what I'm talking about. But this is not even the one that I'm talking about, but that's $600. Let's find the sold ones. See, here's one 270, but that's not it either. Where's the actual military grade stuff? There's one 610, 850, Mars reversible snap. There you go. And this is just the snap tee. That's not even the jacket. If you can find the jacket, the puffer jacket, that goes for crazy money too. Let's see. I can't find the actual. It's one like this, but it's not this. It's like definitely military grade. I'll have to find it. There's a name for it, man. But still, if you find the Chinchilla Snap, though, you know you can sell it for $800. That's crazy. 850 for a pullover. That's amazing. Let's see. Where we at? Where we at? I can ship it there. I think I already read that. Okay. I've lost you guys. Oh, Kansas City area. I've been to Cape before. You ain't missing nothing, but Kansas City, I'm going to be up in Kansas City in July, around July 13th to the 16th, somewhere around there, because it's my sister's birthday. John D says he can get it all day long, new with tags. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say he isn't, you know. It's a lichen. They make it a tincture from it. It's a natural antibiotic that doesn't cause gut issues. Tastes like dirt, but works. Okay. Patagonian military is only issued to special services, expensive as heck, new to supply, but resell it's awesome, newer used. Yeah, I mean, people got to retire at some point, you know what I mean? Ramen says, I like your picture of your frog. Yo, just wanted to say thanks for all the great content. You have really helped me learn more when I started mainly selling clothing. It's definitely a learning curve, but you can make a lot of money selling clothing. Best single item flip. Period, like hands down. I would say the Kobe Grinches or either the Yeezy 350 V2 Boost when they got re-released. I made like $350 profit off those, and I made like $400 profit off the Kobe Grinches. I did sell the highest price item I ever sold was a pair of Jordans, but I paid $700 for them, and I only sold them for $1,000. So the profit margin wasn't that great on it, but I sold them for a high price. So you know, when it comes down to like a Benz item, the best item that I found probably was that Snoop Dogg. Ain't no fun if the homies can't have none. I sold that for $250. So I mean that was okay. Took a while to sell because I had it really overpriced, but you know, learning curve. It is what it is. I sold some wrestling tees for $150. And some Jinkos. I sold some Jinkos for some crazy money before. Nothing over 200 like some of the comps that I see, but still I'm happy with that. What about yours, Caleb? I just hit a store of 400 items today, listing 15 a day and selling roughly 5 a day. That's not horrible. It could be better, but just make sure that you're looking up sell through on everything. And like I say in the videos all the time, guys, you can look up sell through on an item and it can be garbage, and you can still sell that item really quickly just from knowing good keywords, factor stacking, all the things that make an item worth picking up, and then pricing it accordingly. You can sell an item quick that has a 30% sell through. You can sell it in 2 days. You know what I mean? But sometimes an item with 100% sell through might take 6 months to sell. You can't sell throughs really not legit sell through, but it's a good gauge of what to pick up and what not to pick up. Clothing is really long tail, but you really have to study brands and sell through 100%. Never said I can get brand new tags, Patagonian military issues all day long. Those are special and worthy of a celebration dance, but I can get a lot of genuine military issue at the, okay, so that was the clarification. Red, he can get brand new military stuff, not Patagonian military stuff. But either way it goes, if you're getting genuine new military stuff, that's still a good cop. I sold a first release Nirvana bleach cassette for $400, paid 25 cents. That's awesome. Mr. X says, yeah, most expensive sell was 68, turned into 1,000, getting ready to do it again. $4 and $97, $4 and $970 Blacklight Poster. Yeah, do it again, man. That's awesome. I've never had $1,000 flip that I was like all 1,000 in the profit on. But I've had $1,000 sales before. Just I had to pay a crap ton of money to get them. Caleb says his best thrift flip was an AOP liquid blue dragon tee. Got on the racks back when t-shirts were $2.99 and vintage was popping, sold for like $2.75 in a day. That's awesome. I found some old liquid blue stuff, but nothing that was like cool graphics or like Grateful Dead or like great band tees. A lot of them were like not cool tie-dye patterns, like the standard, like the V looking tie-dye, the Grateful Dead style ones, but I still sold them for good money. Stuart Wyman thigh-high suede boots, new a few thousand, used $902 at the bins. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. 1970. Oh, for a 1970 Blacklight Poster. Gotcha. Wiseman. Okay, Stuart Wiseman. I've heard of that before. Had some bigger retail arbitrage and online arbitrage flips. Those don't count in my opinion. That's what I'm thinking about with the Jordans and the Yeezys and stuff. Like, it's cool, like it made me some money, but at the end of the day, like I had to use a bot to get them. I had to like pay a person to cook for me. You know what I mean? Like it was a whole lot of effort to go into that. So like just best thrift find, like Ben's find, was that rat tee. But I found some Surefire, or maybe it's got dry fire camo pants. Those sold for $200. Those are pretty good. I just found those in the bins. Actually, you know what? I sold an Ironheart flannel pearl snap shacket for $400. That was probably my best bins find right there. It was blue and plaid, buffalo plaid. I actually found it in a YouTube video. Let me see. It's probably, if you guys go back on my channel, you can find the video. I found so much great stuff in that actual video. I found a pair of Imogene and Willie jeans, and something else also. I found in that one day, I found $1,000 worth of inventory on one item. Let's see here. Let me move this off the screen. Video. Nope, cancel. Sorry, guys. Share screen, entire screen. Okay, so if we go to my videos and we scroll back over a year ago, maybe it's about a year and a half ago, when I was doing nothing but bins videos. It's got the item in the thumbnail. Right here. This video right here, I feel like Harry Tornado buying $100 bills at the bins for $1. This video, I found so much crazy stuff in there. It's $250 is what it sold for. Okay. So this is why I document stuff, because I don't always remember what I sold stuff for a year ago. This is over a year ago. Watch that video, guys. A lot of good stuff I found in there. This is when my videos sucked really bad, and they still aren't that great, but I've gotten much more confident in myself on screen, and I know a lot more what I'm talking about now than what I did then. Then all I did was made bins videos because I didn't have any knowledge to share with anyone. All I did was just go through and show myself sourcing and looking up comps. Literally, that's what I've done. Hours and hours and hours of looking up comps in the thrift store and in the bins on camera. Let's see. My best is $1 for a 1987 dinner plate that sold for $230. Nice. Sitka duck hunting waiter 600 got for free. Yeah, you got 2 pairs of them too. Like, that was awesome. John D says, even with all the great bins finds we've ever found, one of our best hauls was at a garage sale. This huge bag of genuine HP printer ink we got for a couple dollars can sell quickly and for big money. Yeah, printer ink used to go bananas back in COVID. Nikki says those Abercrombie pants you sold for $3. I sold them for $250, but yeah, it's still a great item too. I found some vintage Y2K paratrooper Abercrombie and Fitch pants, and everybody kept trolling me saying those aren't vintage. You'll never be able to get $250 for them. Well, TikTok loves to troll the crap out of you. And I sold them within a week or maybe 2. I can't really remember. They sold really quick, and they sold for full price, $250. I couldn't even believe it. Those are good too. Ariel says, are you happy with your Poshmark journey, and do you share your closet? If so, how? So, I mean, I'd say I'm okay with the minimal amount of effort I put in over there. I don't try to do Poshmark in any large scale of the means, you know, like I just cross list through Vendu. There is a 25% off discount code linked in the description. I use the unlimited plan because it makes the most sense to me. Apparently the price on Vendu has changed. The price has not changed on the unlimited plan. And I use Flip. It's $9 a month to share and just share my closet. 1,000 items a day for 8 times a day, because I think 8,000 is about the maximum before you start getting. You could share 6,000 to 10,000 times a day, but I think you can run the risk of getting your closet, or you can get in Poshmark sharing jail. So I share 8,000 times, and it's all right if you're putting less items up. I have like 8,000 items up over there. I feel like a bigger store hurts you on Poshmark. So if you're going to start over there, keep it small. Just test the waters. Found suede Wild Bill Cody beige men's jacket like an old smelly dog on the side of the road in the trash. $12 cleaning stuff, 2 weeks of cleaning, 99-cent eBay auction. 2002, $400 to a girl won. Bought it for her boyfriend and loved it. That's awesome. Can't remember if you do Mercari. We used to get great sales before the fees update. I personally think they're either going to change back or it's going to be the death of the platform. Can have all the sellers in the world but no buyers. How does it survive? I agree with you. I think they're going to price themselves out of a lot of their shipping's already high, right? Then you want to start charging them all the fees. So now it's even more expensive for them. I've made like 2 sales since they've changed the fee structure over there. So I do still list on Mercari. I actually listed a couple over there earlier before I got on the live stream. But I only have like 500 items, maybe 400 items over there. So I don't have a lot of items over there to get a lot of traction, but I'm gonna keep throwing them over there and see what happens. But I do agree with you. I think they're really messing up, pricing themselves out of the business. You know, they're already like 4th, 5th place, maybe even less than that, lower on the ranks of amount of buyers and traffic that the platform gets. You know what I mean? So I think they're shooting themselves in the foot. I don't know why they would decide to do something that foolish. I was on Mercari 1 year, one sell. That is such a garage place, sell place. And those 2 penny offers from customers. Now, I used to sell a lot of sneakers on Mercari when I first got into the game of reselling. I would sell hype sneakers on Mercari. Those sell pretty good over there. Regular basic bread and butters sell over there too. Mercari is just a different buyer's market. I'm still proud of my Amazon bin sale of a game card for $7 into 400. Yes, I think he got a graphics card for mining Bitcoin and stuff like that. You know, right in the height of people building their own rigs and stuff during COVID. She got it for $7, sold it for 400. I think less than an hour after she listed it. So probably she undersold it, but still 400 is amazing. Sadistic says they should have split the fees between seller and buyer. It would have made them different and stand out, but not as harmful to the buyer. I agree with you. I think what they need to do is implement something like eBay has with the shipping being cheaper. That would help sales drastically. And I think that they should have done what you said, split the fees between the seller and the buyer. That would have made it more cheaper for the buyer. We wouldn't have had as much fees as we were before. And there would still be people buying stuff over there. But at the end of the day, if they want to kill their platform, let them do it. You know what I mean? That's all on them. I don't like Mercari. It doesn't make sense how you get paid. I don't like Mercari either. And then I can't update my payment method on there, so I have to get my money direct deposited to a bank account I don't even use anymore. Here's what it is. At least I can still get my money. So appreciate you guys coming and hanging out. We're 13 minutes past the hour. I'm going to go ahead and hop off here. I hope you guys have a good night, that you make some good sales, and you guys have a blessed one. That's going to do it for this one.